Hi there, rugby fans. My name's Steve. I'm South African. I live in England. Have done for about 20 years. Originally come from Johannesburg. Still support the Springboks. Still support my team from Johannesburg, the Lions. And I've just this morning watched Japan beat Scotland and qualify for the quarterfinals in the World Cup for the first time. And it was a great game, a fantastic game, and well done to Japan, really. I mean, I thought they were deserved winners. And what I read on Facebook was someone said, commiseration Scotland. Well, that's a bit negative. Why didn't you say well done to Japan? Because I think Scotland really, in the second half gave it everything, and Japan withstood that. So there's no sort of negativity should be involved. I think it should all just be congratulations and well done to Japan, well done to Jamie Joseph and Tony Brown. I think excellent coaches, and I mean pulled off two massive wins, one against Ireland, one against Scotland, and topped the pool, and even got a bonus point today. And I mean they were nicely taken tries. Um, then other people have written, so now we know South Africa is going to face Japan in the quarterfinals. I think for all the neutrals, they'll remember 2015 Japan beating the Springboks in Brighton. It was a passionate display, and I think it was the first sort of signs that Japan was showing that they can actually beat some of the giants and actually um, you know mix it with the tier one nations. And back in 2015, you know, South Africa were blindsided by Japan. They just never um, gave them, any sort of the respect that they should have given them, and it was a performance, like no other. But the thing about today with Scotland is Scotland have seen South Africa fall to Japan, and they saw Ireland fall to Japan. I don't think Scotland were surprised by anything today. They weren't ambushed or anything like that. So, I mean, that's a step up, I think, for Japan. And I think South Africa facing that, it's going to be very, very difficult. Um, and, you know, I mean, the South African team, like that's going to face Japan in the quarterfinals. They've got the forward pack to dominate, to enforce, their game plan. We know what game plan they're going to play. I've already seen articles about Faf just saying that it's in our DNA. That's just how South Africa play their game, and especially in World Cups and in the knockout rugby, that's how they believe they should play. Japan on the other side, they're going to be, the whole country's going to be behind them. They're going to have so much support, so much emotion. They're going to be playing with a hunger. There was a warm-up game between South Africa and Japan, and South Africa won it quite easily. But it's going to be a whole different kettle of fish, that this game against South Africa. So I think it's a contrast to the two styles, most definitely. Japan have to sort of play attacking rugby, play high tempo rugby, play ball in hand rugby. They don't have the set piece to contend with, like the likes of South Africa or maybe England or like the bigger packs. And the culture of running rugby has been developed, especially with the Sunwolves. Now, talking of the Sunwolves, I always thought that kicking them out of Super Rugby was a big, big mistake. And I think this was proven today. There was 40 million viewers in Japan watching the game today. 40 million viewers, that's a good viewership. I mean, that's the potential. No one seemed to grasp that there's so much money to be added to the pot, in Super Rugby. Everyone was just moaning about having to go such a long distance, uh, different hemispheres, and I mean, a lot of the people that were organising Super Rugby went out of their way to accommodate the South Africans. The South Africans were playing the Sunwolves in Singapore, meeting, Japan weren't even, I mean, the Sunwolves weren't even playing in Japan. I mean, they really tried to jump through hoops for the South Africans, especially. And the South Africans were at the forefront of kicking them out. I think the Aussies were much keener, I mean, like there's the Western Force, there's a Pacific sort of competition. And I think the Aussies will be pretty keen to get involved with, the Japanese on that. And, the Kiwis, I think, are being maybe sensible about it. But, they all in that sort of longitudinal sort of time zone. And it might make sense to have a Kiwi, Japanese sort of Pacific Island, Australian competition, And then where does that leave South Africa? South Africa's always go, oh, we've got a Pro 14, whatever. Well, do Pro 14 want them? No one's asked, answered these questions. The South Africans are very quick to throw the baby out with the bathwater, Anyway, if you're an Aussie, tell us how you feel about this. What was your opinion on, the Sunwolves leaving Super Rugby? If you're a Kiwi, give us your opinion. And South Africans will no doubt probably give me loads of opinions. Thank you very much.